Hey Shooby-Doodlers, how are you doing? Well, today I'm going to show you how to draw another character from my Scaredy Cat books called Bluebeard. But let's not talk about it. Let's do it. Well, today I'm going to show you how to draw Bluebeard. And this isn't the sort of standard Bluebeard that you know and love. Can you love Bluebeard? I don't know. It's a pretty horrid story, isn't it? And this is Bluebeard's cat in my Scaredy Cat series. And I'm sorry to bore you with my Kickstarter project, but this is another story in my Scaredy Cat's Kickstarter project, and it's all about Bluebeard, who is a collector of cats. And I think there are, well, you get some potty people, don't you? You get some rather strange people who just kind of collect cats anyway. You know, you get old ladies who suddenly find they got 30 or 40 cats living with them. They probably didn't intend it, but they just never quite got to the vet in time, and the kittens came along and that kind of thing. And let me just get this nose like that. And there's sort of all sorts of ways of collecting cats, but Bluebeard in the Bluebeard's cat story is a little obsessed with cats. And I won't quite tell you what happens to the cats that he collects, because that would spoil the story. I'll read you a bit of the story in a minute. And because no, I don't want you to know exactly what happens. So we're going to have this funny tiny little mouth, these tiny little teeth. And I'll just see a bit of the tongue inside there. And then I'm going to want to have ears. And he's got kind of hairs sprouting out of his ears, of course. I'm going to have his kind of coat jacket coming around there like that. And then his sort of rest of the jacket there, which leaves room for lots and lots of hair. So I tell you what, while I'm doing all this hair, I am going to read you a bit of the story. Well, this is Jade, the most beautiful cat in the world, and these are Jade's owners, who were very proud of her, and they took her to all the best cat shows, which she always won. But a strange man went to all the cat shows too. He was named after his extraordinary Bluebeard. Bluebeard was very rich. He collected cats in a huge mansion full of locked rooms. All the cats knew about him. None of them wanted to be owned by him because he seemed so odd. Bluebeard adored beautiful Jade, but Jade's owners loved her and they didn't want to sell her, so Bluebeard decided to steal Jade. Bluebeard knew the cats were curious creatures, so he hid a box in Jade's garden. Jade just had to look inside it. She was a cat. She couldn't help herself. It was a trap. The next time that Jade saw daylight, she was inside Bluebeard's mansion. Jade blinked in the bright light. "Oh, my beauty," sighed Bluebeard, picking Jade up and holding her to his beard. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Now we got to get on with the moustache. And first of all, I really want to thank everyone who has already supported this Kickstarter project. And you may be interested. I did a blog piece today on my website. Click here about why most of my backers, I live in Britain, most of my backers are in the USA and Japan, which is a little bit weird, but I think it has a lot to do with YouTube and all of you watching this who are my backers. So all of those who have backed me so far, thank you so much for your support. You know I really do appreciate it. And I get a lot of comments from people saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a kid. I'd really like to back you, but I can't. Well, you know, if you ask your mum and dad or your granny or someone and say, you know, it's all about a book and art and stuff like that, and you know, and they're going to say, you're going to read a book, they'll be really impressed. So maybe they will kind of back me and buy you the book and all the other stuff for a birthday present or something like that. You don't know. If you don't ask, you don't get. So you know, if you can't afford to support my Kickstarter on your own, ask somebody else. They might back you. They might sort of get one of those rewards for you if you ask nicely. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's a big lesson in life, which applies to many bits in life. And you know, I've found so often that things have happened. I've seen other people think, whoa, wait a minute, how did they do that? How did they get that? And it's simply because they asked. And if you don't ask, people don't know. People are not psychic. They don't know that you would really like something until you tell them. So if you really do want to support my Kickstarter, but you can't afford it, I understand that. I completely understand that. But maybe you've got, you know, granny, grandparents, uncle, somebody like that who would kind of think, oh yeah, that's a really nice thing, I'd like you to have that, and maybe they'll get it for you. Maybe you've got a birthday coming up, something like that. There's no harm in asking. Now, I got to make this beard really quite dark, and I'm going to do that all with cross hatching, and then a bit more kind of texture as well that we need to kind of get in there, and we can use this texture to get some of this darkness in there. Can you guess what happens to Jade in the story? Put your ideas in the comments box down below. Don't make them too gruesome. And here I'm really just kind of lifting my head back away from the page, and I'm just kind of looking to see what spaces need filling and darkening, and so it's kind of a bit impressionistic, I suppose. Slightly squinting to see where do I need to get more kind of curliness and darkness. And now this is kind of a tedious part where I want to give him a kind of a tweed jacket effect, and it's just going backwards and forwards on this kind of texture. I did a video a while ago on sort of practicing patterns. Click here to see what that's all about. Okay, well that took a little time, so now we need to put some kind of definition into this jacket as well, and we'll put some sort of shading in around there. So having done all that beautiful kind of pattern, I'm now going to obliterate it, and I'm actually going to go around the beard as well there to make that really dark. So kind of bring the beard forward that little bit, and then underneath the lapel it needs to be quite dark there as well. And then on sort of this side of the sleeve as well, this is going to be quite dark. And that just gives a bit of 3D modelling to the whole thing as well. So here we can do all that again. And then I'm just going to give him some kind of little evil marks coming out of him like that. And I think I'm going to call that it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, click up here and go and find out all about my Kickstarter. Just do it, and click here to maybe do the mystery drawing. Also click up here and make sure that you are subscribed to the Shoo Rayner drawing channel for lots more drawing all the time. And in the meantime, keep drawing. Practice. I'll see you next time if you're not too scared. You take care now. Bye.